So do you have a favorite character in this universe?
You know, there's so many. My favorite, right out of the gate, I love Rook. Rook is one of my favorites. Midnight, one of my favorites. But you know, each character has its own individual. It's like the turtles. I can't pick a favorite turtle. You know, it's like I like them all, and I like all the individuality. So it's like same with Strife. It's like each one has its own strength, and I love it. So.
What are your thoughts that there are kids nowadays that play S2 games like Heroes of North and get paid professionally to do it?
You know, I'm hopeful that my son will have a job when he grows up. So maybe he'll be working for S2. No, it's like, you know, watching him go through, you know, Zombie Cafe, Plants vs. Zombies, you know, just all the things that he loves and he embraces. And he's like, he shows me all these things that I would never be exposed to otherwise. So I think it's like, it's a great opportunity to, again, have people be creative and pursue an interest that they might not have a chance to otherwise.
So Strife is going to be an esport. How good are you at playing video games?
Terrible. I am like the worst. It's like, you know, when I tell you, it's like, you know, I still work with a pencil and pen, and I use the basic components. Like, you know, if I was a, you know, I'm just the side of a caveman. I'd still be drawing on rock walls if I could. But what I love about technology, when you look at like a game like Strife and you look at the possibilities within Strife, is whether you're using a paintbrush or a pencil or what these guys are able to do, it's still a different kind of artist tool. And I love what they can create with them, and so that's what I embrace.
What do you think of team-based gameplay in Strife that's like a real sport? It's almost like a real sport.
Well, I think, you know, it's all, you know, when I look at, you know, again, I hate to keep bringing up Turtles, but it's like, in the sense that Turtle fans love and believe, and they treat that world like it's a real place, like it's a real world, like Star Wars. It's like, you know, all of us want to be and survive and exist and live in a world of Star Wars. So when you look at people that play this for sport or play this for other things, it's because they found a passion for it, they love it, and they want to be a character within that world and, you know, pursue whatever opportunity there is. So it's kind of cool.
And speaking of Turtles, they're starting to come out again. You got a new game, a movie's in the works now. What do you think has sparked their resurgence?
You know, I can only thank the fans. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it seems like, you know, the Turtles are going to be 30 years old next year. The fact that, you know, when Peter Laird and I created them in 1984, we never thought we'd sell one single comic book. And the fact that we're still talking about the Turtles 30 years later is like the biggest compliment in the world. And so the fact that we're doing a new game with a new Turtles video game, we're doing a new TV series with Nickelodeon, and I just did my cameo in the Michael Bay live-action movie, which was a thrill. I'm so happy, and you know, if it wasn't for the fans that I have, I'd be pushing a shopping cart somewhere. So I'm pretty grateful.
What role have the Turtles video games played in keeping this IP in front of all the fans these past years?
Well, you know, I think that's, you know, it's like when I fell in love with Star Wars for the first time, I wanted anything and everything Star Wars. And I think with the Turtle fans, especially the hardcore ones, they want to be sort of in touch with that universe. So whether it be the Turtles comic book or the Turtles video game or the movies, they want to be part of that world and part of that universe, and they have their likes and their dislikes, and we love them all for all of that. So,
what are your thoughts on the new Nickelodeon TV show?
I love it. You know, Sarah Neely, who is the executive producer, he created the new look, he created the new theme, he created the new idea. He took like what I call the best of all the Turtles universes and rolled it into this new one and hit the reset button. So he started it from the first, you know, the very first episode was the Turtles going above ground for the first time, and I love it. I think the technology, the computer animation, the storylines, it's the funniest, and it's my favorite version yet.